Hey, foodie gang. Hey, foodie gang. What is going on? Your girl is a little late. I'm sorry, I was talking with a friend, but I'm here now. And this is Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang, Season 3, Episode 72. Today, we are going to make soup using our leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. And if you guys have been watching my content, your girl made both of these turkeys with you guys on live. So I have my garlic herb roasted turkey and my Cajun butter roasted turkey here. And I have not prepped out anything because I know how much you guys enjoy it when I prep. So we're gonna do a little bit of knife skills. We're gonna do some prep and we're gonna cut it all up. We're gonna throw it all together in a pot and it's going to be delicious. So let me walk you guys through the ingredients. But before we do that, I need y'all to hit that like button on your way in, double tap the screen, share this live stream with your friends, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also join the channel and become one of the members and really support this channel. But let me show you guys the ingredients. And like I said, I'm sorry I'm late, y'all. I was catching up with a friend. So here is our leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. We have celery. When you are making a soup, you gotta have celery, carrots, and onion. They just add such a good flavor profile. And I got my handy dandy notebook over here. I'm writing down the recipe as we speak so that I can share it with all of you, foodie gang, after we are done with this live stream. So, celery. We got some sliced white mushrooms. And we also have some carrots. So, I normally get like the bag of carrots, but I saw these carrots that they were selling by the pound. So I was like, you know what? I should just get a couple of those. And, so let me show y'all the carrots. And like I said, your girl was talking, so I ain't prepped out nothing. We're going to do it all together. So I got some carrots here. Let me just readjust these. Mushrooms, carrots, celery, leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. It's finna go down. We are finna do soups. And you know what? I have been telling you guys about soups for a while. So I think we're only going to use 2 carrots and I have one left. I'm just going to put it in the fridge. But celery, carrots, sliced white mushrooms. I have my leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. And I have some chicken broth here. I have 2 containers of chicken broth. I don't know if I'm going to need all these, but we will see. And you know how I feel about onions, and I got my onion right here. I'm using a yellow onion. I also have some butter, garlic, fresh garlic. If you don't know about that fresh garlic, you have to get on the bandwagon. And I have these. These are tortellini pasta, and in the inside of them there is cheese. So I was watching YouTube last night, and this woman made this soup that looks so delicious, and she had tortellini. So I went to the store, got some tortellinis, and we have a little bit of flour. We're going to use the flour, and we're going to make a roux to help our our soup be kind of thick. Okay, so that's all my ingredients here. We also have our seasonings over here. So I have some Italian seasoning. And y'all know Mrs. Dash is my favorite. So I got a little bit of Dash. And then I got a little bit of garlic powder. Even if I use fresh garlic, I like to use garlic powder as well. I got a new seasoning the other day, roasted garlic and herb. And I kind of want to try it in our soup. So those are all the ingredients, and now we are going to get into the knife skills. Put that in the fridge. Okay, foodie gang, we finna make a soup. We finna get into it. Gotta stay hydrated. Gonna stay hydrated. So, let me get my gloves out. How has everyone's day been? Oh my goodness, you guys. We got Dr. Frizzle in the building. He said, what it do, 907 goodies? You know, Dr. Frizzle, I'm running late, but I'm here. We are going to cook, and we're making a soup today. Earlier today, you guys, I interviewed Chef Shirley. It was a great interview. You guys, make sure that you guys check it out. Subscribe to Chef Shirley's YouTube channel. Follow her on social media. Your girl is Facebook famous, or not even Facebook, social media famous. And I didn't really realize that until, she was up here and we were talking before we went live. And I was like, oh my God. I knew she had I think she has 30,000, no, 18,000 followers on Facebook, but I didn't realize that she was on TikTok and all of this. But she got a whole lot going on. You guys check out the interview. Chef Shirley was an amazing, and she has so much information. And we are going to do a part 2 because even the chat had a lot of questions. I said, look here, y'all. We got to save some for next time. And Frizzle said, I missed the interview. I'm going to catch the playback. And if you guys are on YouTube, subscribe to Dr. Frizzle's YouTube channel. We got to support each other. That's all. We got to support each other. Let me grab my knife, y'all. Because y'all know I'll be up here talking forever. And that's actually why I'm late. Because I was talking. Okay, so my knife has a knife guard on it. And I really like it because when you're washing dishes, your knife doesn't cut you when you reach your hand into the sink or anything like that. And the first thing I'm going to get cut up is going to be the onion. So, during our Thanksgiving marathon, we did prep. And I kind of showed you guys how to cut everything up, but here we are again with the prep. Just because, I was going to actually have everything prepped out, but it didn't work out, and I was talking, so, we got to do it now. And one of the things I like to do is when I'm cutting up stuff, I'll have a bowl here, and I'll put all my waste into the bowl, so then that way I don't have to keep running it back and forth to the trash can. So, it's like you have a little container on your table for compost. But are you guys tired of eating Thanksgiving leftovers or what? I know I am. And I gave my uncle a whole pie. I was like, and I gave him a whole bunch of leftovers. I'm sick of eating Thanksgiving food. But I'd like to repurpose my leftovers, and that's what we're going to do today. And Frizzle said, make sure to hit the like button on the way in. Yes, and Dr. Frizzle, how have you been? How have you been? I tell you guys, when you're a YouTuber, a week on YouTube is like a year, or like not a year, but like a month in real life. A week on YouTube is like a month in real life. Just because so much happens. There's always like breaking news. There's always stuff going on. Always stuff going on. So I'm only going to use, I think, half the onion. So I'm going to put the other one in the bag. I got my bowl right here for my onions when they come out. And then Frizzle said, I've been doing a lot of editing and making beats. Well, that sounds good. And I feel like, Dr. Frizzle, sometimes it's kind of good to stay out of the mix and just, be by yourself, because sometimes that's what you got to do. It's like you got to, stick to your, be by yourself a little bit so you can get things done, keep your mind clear. Okay, so we got our onions right here. And I did it like a large dice on these. You guys see? These are onions right here for our soup. We are making turkey soup using leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. You know, soups are a great way to repurpose your leftovers. And so the next thing that we're going to work on is going to be the celery. So this is a lot of celery. We do not need this much. I am going to break off 2 stalks and then I'm going to give them a rinse and get them all cut up. But shout out to the foodie gang. How's everybody doing today? And then you guys know, like, I will come back and post the recipe soon after this live stream ends. I always share my recipes with you guys so that you guys can make amazing food at home as well. Because everybody deserves to eat a quality meal. And so I have no issue sharing my recipes with you guys. I have so many of them. I got so many recipes. I have no problem sharing. So I just rinse off my celery. I'm going to dry it off a little bit. And then you see how the celery, like the bottom of it, I'm going to cut this bottom part off of the celery just because it's like, looks bad and all that stuff. And then Dr. Frizzle also has a second YouTube channel. He has a whole bunch of YouTube channels, but I'm just going to tell y'all about Dr. Frizzle and Unhinged Main Event Fro, which is wrestling content. And I also do drop that link. I believe Nightbot does. So he said Main Event Fro at 700 subs on our way to 1K. I'm going to tell you guys this. When you are in the beginning of your content journey, and you're just getting started, maybe you're a couple years in, it is so slow in the beginning. And it kind of makes you think, like, should I even be doing this? So I think the hard part is not giving up. That is the true hard part, is not giving up. So we have our celery here. We are just going to get that cut. I might do one more stalk of celery. I think I'm going to do one more just because celery gives your soup a really great flavor. And then Ralph said, you keep me up late on a work night. Hello, though. You know what, Ralph? I am so sorry because I'm actually late. I wanted to do this live stream way earlier. So thank you for coming in here on your work night and, supporting and hanging out with me. Okay, so Foodie Gang, I had an interview earlier with Chef Shirley. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. It was a great interview. She had just the most amazing story, and she is a catering chef, and she's also a head chef. So she got a lot going on. Y'all make sure y'all check out the interview. We learned a lot, and we didn't want to let her go. We wanted to keep talking, but I said, you know what, Foodie Gang, we're going to be here till tonight asking questions. So we're going to let Chef Shirley get up out of here. She's hungry anyway. But it was a great interview. Make sure y'all check it out. Watch it on the replay. Oh, I was going to tell you guys this story during my last live stream, but I forgot about it because I was eating such great food. And you know when you eat great food, you just forget about stuff. Okay. What I was going to tell you guys was, have you guys watched on the video tab of my YouTube channel? I have a story about Keith Lee. and about the whole worm slash parasite that was in his sushi. And I also forgot to tell y'all the story because I was eating at the time and I was like, maybe I shouldn't talk about worms while I'm eating. But there was a worm, allegedly. In my opinion, it was a worm, y'all. But that whole story and the whole story of the worm and the sushi is on my YouTube channel in the video portion. We're almost at 400 views for that video. And Ralph said, I cheated on you. I ordered out. Look, I eat out myself sometimes too. And I've actually done a couple of live streams where I am eating out somewhere. So you guys don't feel bad if y'all eat out. Um, Look, sometimes you don't feel like cooking. So I have my carrots here. And one of the things that we used to do in the kitchen is that we used to always peel the skin off. Because I started peeling it, and you guys can see how the carrot looks once the skin is peeled off. So I like to peel the skins just so that my carrots will look better. So, um, Nikisha, that's my sister. Okay, Keith Lee. He went to a sushi spot in the videos on my YouTube channel in the video portion. He went to a sushi spot called Fob Sushi, right? And he was doing a food review. And he didn't even notice that anything in the sushi looked weird or looked strange. But y'all know how the internet is undefeated. The internet rolled the video back and slowed it down. And when they slow it down, you can see the sushi moving. Y'all, so TikTok is actually the ones that noticed something was wrong with the sushi. So, when they noticed it, you know how TikTok is. Everybody hopped on the video and made videos about it, right? And the sushi place that Keith Lee had gotten the sushi from pretty much said that it was Keith Lee's fault because how he was holding the chopsticks, right? So this all happened in like a week. So it all happened very quickly. Then another young woman had went to get sushi from there allegedly, and she ended up she went home that night, right? And she was feeling okay. And then out of nowhere, she just started having really bad stomach pains. She started having like diarrhea, and it's a lot. Y'all go look at my video. And she goes to the hospital and they do a stool test on her, right? Right, Foodie Gang? Y'all hit the like button. Get the likes up. Everybody hit the like button. So she goes to the hospital and they do a stool test on her to see kind of like what is going on with her. Because she was pooping out blood. I know it's nasty. But something was really wrong with her stomach. They tested out her stool and she ended up having E. coli. And they think it was from that sushi. So, then what happened is Keith Lee clapped back. Keith Lee came out and posted a video and was like, look, this is not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I was a customer. I don't even feel like you guys should be blaming me right now. And you guys should take accountability. And he was like, I send out my condolences to the girl in the hospital. And I think he called her or whatever. So, you know, and Keith Lee was like, I don't think you guys should be blaming me. It's really not my fault. So then, the sushi place got a lot of backlash. And within like 2 days, they closed down. They went out of business. They closed up the doors. Also, when I had the Foodie Gang food panel here last, we reviewed this whole story with Keith Lee and Wormgate. Then we talked about it. And what the Foodie Gang food panel was saying was that this is what they do. This is what businesses do. They close down so you can't sue them. And he was saying like what they're gonna do is they're gonna put the business in somebody else's name and then reopen. Y'all check out both of those videos, the Foodie Gang food panel, and the story of Wormgate. It is very interesting, and I love having this channel because I can talk about stories like that. And okay, so every Wednesday on my channel, I'm dropping pre-recorded content, and I'm going live at various times. This Wednesday, I'm gonna drop a video talking about the recall on the hamburger meat. Have you guys heard about that? So I believe it was over Thanksgiving weekend. And now we're gonna cut up the carrots. I have both of the carrots peeled, and now we're gonna cut those up. Over Thanksgiving break, there was a recall on ground beef, and so we're gonna take a deep dive into that, and we're gonna really talk about it, and we're gonna see what's going on. Let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna cut the carrots. I'm just gonna cut them in slices. But yes, y'all, we're going to talk about the ground beef and the recall on that. And I'm going to drop that video on Wednesday. I have already started working on it because videos like that and subjects like that are very important for us to talk about. Especially if, there's something that's on a recall that we all eat. We got to talk about that. Okay, we are making we're making soup using our leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. So we got our carrots cut. And carrots, celery, and onions are known as a mirepoix. And what these things... and Ralph said, you scare me with that knife. See, if you act scary in the kitchen, that's how you gonna get hurt. You can't be acting scared. You gotta be in control. But man, I'll tell you, when I worked in the kitchen foodie gang, I would see so many kitchen injuries. People would nick themselves with their knives because our knives were really sharp. We even had a knife sharpener in the kitchen. And you would see people nick themselves with a knife and they would just start bleeding so bad. And Ralph said, be careful. But yeah, you would see people nick themselves all the time. But one of the tricks that you have to do when you're using your knife is you put your fingers back like this. And so if your knife ever nicks anything, it doesn't get your fingers. So, but no matter how much experience you have, when you start rushing and you're in a rush, that is when mistakes happen. So we're going to cut some garlic up before we cut our meat up. Because once we cut our meat up, this cutting board needs to get washed. So if I'm cutting up stuff, I will do my fruits and my veggies first. I'll save my meat for last. And then I showed you guys what to do on the garlic. What you can do is you smush it like this and you kind of crush it. And then it makes it to where it's easier to peel. You see how the peeling is just coming right off? So. Ralph said he's scared. And then Ooh, Ralph said I got a lot of scares from the prep for the clam chowder. That's one thing that we need to make on this channel is clam chowder. Yeah, I've seen a lot of kitchen injuries, and that's why I said when you're cutting at home, you put your fingers back. So you guys might have saw me cutting fast, but my fingers are back, and you do it like this. So, but if you work in the kitchen, you're gonna cut yourself. Like there's no way to really get around it. But what you want to do is you still want to be smart with your knife. But if you work in the kitchen, you're gonna cut yourself. You have cut yourself before. And then what you do is you wrap it up, or you immediately, if you cut yourself while you're cutting something, what you do is you immediately stop cutting. You throw all the food away that's on your cutting board. You go wash your hands and tend to your wounds. And your whole workstation, you just need to wash everything and sanitize it. And then you tend to your wounds, wash your cutting board, throw your food away because there could be blood on it, and you don't want to cross contaminate like that. And then yeah, you tend to your wound, put a glove on, you keep going. You know, they'll only send you home for a cut if it's real, real bad. But Ralph, did you cut yourself? Um, did you cut yourself when you were prepping out stuff for clam chowder? And like I said, if you cook a lot and you're always cutting stuff, it's gonna happen. You're gonna cut yourself, but you want to try to minimize your risk. And I went to culinary school, our first class that we did was actually on knife skills, and they wanted us to get those down so that when we moved to a class where we were like making cuisines across the world or making soups or cutting up stuff, we wouldn't cut ourselves. Or, we would be better at using a knife. So that was one of the first class. And then Ralph said I did a lot of prep. Sundays I worked the grill. And if you have ever cooked in the kitchen before and you worked the grill, man, the grill is like one of the hardest stations because it's just like so much moving around that you have to do. Um, in the kitchen, one of the other things that they would do is they would make us wear cut gloves. Okay, so I got my garlic all cut up. And I have my Mirepoix cut as well. And the Mirepoix is celery, carrots, and onions. And the next thing I'm going to hop over onto is the turkey. And that'll be all of our knife skills that we had to get out of the way. Ooh, and then Ralph said I stuck my hand in the fryer. Don't smoke weed. Okay, so were you under the influence when you stuck your hand in the fryer? That's wild. That is wild. Yeah, don't stick your hand in the fryer. You cannot outsmart heat and hot oil. Okay, and then we have that turkey from Thanksgiving. And y'all saw when I was on live. And I rubbed the turkey down and all of that. And Ralph said I was stoned. Ralph, that is a crazy story. I know a guy who was like changing the fryer and got burnt, but You stuck your whole hand in there. I can't even imagine doing that. Did somebody dare you to do it, or you just did it because you wanted to do it? And what were you trying to find out? If it was hot? What did you need to know? And then we have our turkey here. That's I gotta get a container for. Hold on, y'all. I just gotta get new gloves. Let me grab a container for our turkey. And Ralph said, "Oh, Ralph said he stuck his hand in the fryer when he was stoned to try to grab the knife. So the knife fell into the fryer? Oh, man, Ralph, I'm glad you're alive." That sounds like a whole. And see, that's what I tell y'all. When you're in the kitchen, you gotta stay calm. When you start freaking out, you do stuff like that. Oh my gosh, Ralph said, yeah. Okay, so Ralph, what happened after that whole story? And I'm gonna make you a moderator, Ralph, because I always see you in here, always supporting the channel. Um, Ralph, that's wild. Okay, so Ralph, what happened after the knife fell in the fryer and then you stuck your hand in the fryer? Did you keep working there or did they fire you? And well, I know that Ralph said it burned my hand. Well, we know it burned your hand. It was hot oil. Did you keep working there? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. And then I'm taking my skin off of my turkey for my soup. And like big pieces of skin. If it's a little skin, it's not too bad. But pull the skin off because the skin won't really break down like that in the soup. And y'all, that's what I was talking about. I was saying that in the kitchen I saw a lot of accidents. Okay, Ralph said it burned my hand, looked like ET, all bumpy and stuff. And he said, yeah, they were friends. That is wild. But I know for me personally, I would probably be too embarrassed to go back to work. Honestly. Because everybody gonna know you're that guy that put their hand in the fryer. Everybody gonna know. So, I have my herb roasted turkey. And I have a little bit of my Cajun turkey. Because I made 2 different types of turkey for Thanksgiving. So I have both of them kind of left over. So let me move this right here. Y'all can see I got my Cajun turkey right here, my turkey wing. And I'm just going to pull that meat off. Wow, Ralph, that's a crazy story. Do you still work in the kitchen? I'm going to be honest with y'all. After that, I wouldn't even want to work in the kitchen no more. Okay, so I'm just going to pull off some of this meat off of this turkey wing. And I'm just going to do this with my hand. And the breast I sliced up using a knife. But for this turkey wing, I'll just pull this off with my hand. And I may use my knife and cut it into smaller pieces if need be. And it's gonna get messy, but we're utilizing our turkey from Thanksgiving. We are repurposing it and we are making a soup. And this is also a budget friendly meal. This is a meal that really doesn't cost a lot to prepare. Um, we always have carrots, onions, and celery on hand. I did buy the tortellinis. I believe they were like $4 for that package. But I don't think I'm gonna. I might not even need all those tortellinis. The broth was about $2 a carton. So like I said, all very inexpensive, and you can add whatever vegetables you want into here as well. Like if you have a lot of vegetables left over from Thanksgiving, you can even add those into your soup. And we have a lot of leftovers from Thanksgiving, but sometimes you get tired of eating your leftovers, so it's fun to repurpose them and try to make new dishes. And then Ralph said, no, I worked in restaurants from 20, I think he said 12 years old till I was 30. I throw out the Thanksgiving stuff that night. Wow, Ralph, that's a lot, a big waste of money. So you throw out your Thanksgiving stuff the same night? Well, my family and I, we make a lot of food. So we like to, we'll eat it for the next couple of days. And EJ funny. He said, I wish I knew how to cook. All I know how to do is eat. Well, that's okay. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Learn how to cook. You're going to get some great recipes. And so, y'all can see it is messy. So, I'm going to clean this up. And we are done with our knife skills. We have everything cut up for our soup. And I'm going to clean up. And then we're going to get started with the cooking process. And then, okay, Ralph, I get what you're saying. If you're only cooking for 2 people, then that makes sense about throwing away the Thanksgiving leftovers that same night. But for me, I was cooking for 15 people. So there's no way I'm throwing away that stuff the same night. But I gave my uncle a whole sweet potato pie. Because remember I was telling you guys that my sister made sweet potato pie. He was so happy. And then said nothing wrong with eating it. I agree, Ralph. Every household is different. And whatever you decide to do, whether that's throw your leftovers away or eat them or repurpose them, all of it is an okay option. Okay, so we have all of our stuff here. Can y'all see it? Let me push this back a little bit. Okay, so I have my Mirepoix, carrot, celery, onions. And then I have my leftover turkey that y'all just saw me cut up. But hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start to saute our Mirepoix in the pot with some butter. We're going to saute that really good. Let the flavors and the, I think they're called aromatics, really come out from it. And then we are going to we're going to make a roux. So y'all, it's about to go down. And Ralph said that looks yummy. Yes, we're making a good turkey soup. So have my pot over here, and let me see if I can put y'all a little bit closer to the pot so that y'all can really see what's cooking. Okay, so we have this. We're gonna add some butter in here. And we're gonna put our pot on like, what's that, like 7? Get this cooking up in here. I might move you guys over to this other side. Hold on, y'all. Let me move y'all over here for the game. So y'all can really see the pot. Let me get my ring light and push this back a little bit. Okay. Here we go. I wasn't going to show y'all this side of the kitchen, but I want y'all to see the pot, and I want y'all to see exactly what's going on. So we're going to put a whole stick of butter in here. Oh my goodness, and I know it's late at night over here. It's like almost 9, but I actually had a coffee that I was drinking before we got here. And y'all know, I got my handy dandy notebook. Write everything down for y'all foodie gang. Okay, so my butter is starting to heat up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Mirepoix into the pan. And then Ralph said, yeah, that's a perfect view. Okay, I'm glad I moved that over here then. Then we got our onions. We're going to go in with our onions. And I got to move some things around. Sorry for the light, foodie gang. I was kind of messing with the thing a little bit. Push y'all back a little bit. It's going down over here. Okay, we back to it, foodie gang. Can y'all see the pot? We got that. We're gonna go in with our celery now. And this Mirepoix is so important for really building our flavor profile if you are making a soup. So we're just gonna stir that. And just let that cook, let it saute. Then we have our turkey over here. We got some mushrooms. I'm going to kind of put these in, I guess pretty soon. And we also have some garlic. I don't like to put my garlic in too soon because the garlic will start to burn if you put it in there too soon or too hot. And when you get your Mirepoix on the stove, you can just smell the aromatics. You can just smell the seasonings, or not the seasonings, but you can just smell the carrots, the celery, and the onions, and it smells wonderful. So I have this on about 7. You can do 7 or 8. So you want to have it kind of high. And you really want the the vegetables to kind of break down a little bit. And we're gonna build our roux directly in the same pot. We're gonna just do everything in the same pot. And you don't have to put a roux in your soup, but I like it to be a little bit thick, you know. I like to rinse off my mushrooms before I use them. And I'm only going to use half of this container. Woo, woo, y'all can't lay out here. Y'all like, Chefbigbank, what you drinking on in that cup? Get some coffee. So yeah, I like to give my mushrooms a rinse. We're just going to put those in there too. I might add more mushrooms, but we will see. And Ralph said they're all water. That grow, yes, mushrooms are, well, some people say that, but they grow in the forest and on the floor. So I like to rinse them off. But you know what? Whatever y'all do is what y'all do, foodie gang. So we got our Mirepoix in there. We have our mushrooms in there. We got some butter in there as well. And we are just going to continue to let that cook. You know, one thing I forgot to cut up that I just remembered, foodie gang, is the parsley. I was going to cut some parsley up and I forgot. That's alright. Ooh, it smells so good with those mushrooms in there. And we are almost ready to put our flour in here and really start building our Mirepoix. We're making soup from our turkey leftovers. And this is a fun way to kind of repurpose your soup. I believe last year I made a turkey melt. And I think I'm gonna add the rest of these mushrooms. Just gonna add the rest of these mushrooms and just, cause I've been thinking about, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna give the rest of these a rinse. Just because mushrooms be like, they break down so much. And I was just talking to my sister. I am going to give her some soup. So I have people to eat the soup. Um, so we're going to make a good amount of soup here. And I'm going to do more soups on this channel. That is the plan. I'm going to be doing more soups. I know you guys have been asking for a broccoli cheddar. But today I wanted to use my turkey from Thanksgiving and I wanted to repurpose it. And Ralph said, "Good, how are you?" Oh, Kelly snuck up in here. That's who Ralph is talking to. Kelly, hey, how are you doing? We are just making soup from our Thanksgiving turkey that's left over. I have my Mirepoix in here, and I have some mushrooms and butter in here, and I'm letting this cook down, and it smells so delicious. And what I'm going to do, Foodie Gang, is I'm going to build my sauce. I mean, my soup. I keep saying sauce. You know why I'm saying sauce? Because Chef Charlotte was here earlier today, and we were talking about sauces and the importance of building a great sauce. And that is why I keep talking about sauces. And that's why I keep talking about sauces, because I'm thinking about the conversation I had about how soups or sauces are so important. But Kelly, how was your day today? How's everybody's day today, Foodie Gang? Y'all know it's about to be a new week, and it is December 1st. That is also big news. You know, Christmas is around the corner if you celebrate Christmas. I know some of us don't celebrate certain holidays, and that's cool. Whatever you want to do is okay with me, Foodie Gang. Whether you celebrate or not, that is perfectly fine. Okay, we're gonna give this a stir one more time, and then we're gonna add our flour to this. And I'm actually gonna wait, and I'm gonna add my garlic after I build my roux. Okay, so sprinkling flour straight into the pot. You don't add too much at first. You know, gradually add flour because you want to make sure that you don't add too much. And this will help your sauce or your soup be a little bit thicker. When I worked in the restaurant, we would have a soup station, and we would have to do 2 soups a day. We would do a meat soup, and then we would do a vegetarian soup every day. And I worked night shift, so we would depend on the day shift to make soups. And I'll tell you guys this, not every cook can make soups. Not everyone can, you know, create stuff and be creative. And hey, Angela, how are you doing? And Angela said, hello, everybody. Are you adding any noodles or rice? I actually have tortellini noodles. And let me show you guys that really quick. And I'm just going to take this off the heat. Wow, show y'all that. But you see how I got my vegetables in here with my flour. And now I'm going to pour my broth in here. But these are the noodles that I have. tortellini noodles. I don't know if you guys have had these before. It has a little bit of cheese in the inside. I saw this video last night where this woman was making this leftover soup. And I feel like our phones be spying on us. Because how did I see soup when I was talking about making soup? But she had a leftover turkey soup and she used tortellini noodles and it looked delicious. So I was like, I'm finna get me some of them noodles and we are making that soup because it looked so good. And Ralph is just... Oh, Ralph said he gotta go, but he don't want to. And Ralph, if you do have to watch this on the replay, we're gonna be here forever. The great thing about these videos and these live streams is that these videos last forever. And you can always watch them on the replay. And like I was telling you guys, I'm gonna add the recipe. And I'm sorry. I'm adding chicken broth to my soup. And Angela said, yummy. And Angela, I'm going to add turkey to this soup. But, for my vegetarians or for my vegans, use vegan butter. And don't add turkey. Just have it be vegetables. And Angela and the Foodie Gang, I want to let you guys know that we are going to be doing more soups on this channel. I've been talking about how I owe y'all soups for a long time. And so we've been to get into soups. It's December. It's getting cold outside. Or in my case, it's freezing outside. And Ralph, we will see you next time, Ralph. I believe you said you had to go to work or you had to go to sleep. But we'll see you on the next one, Ralph. Catch us on the replay. Foodie Gang, so it is December 1st. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 days off. And I will most likely be back on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I release pre-recorded content. And, I'm going to take 2 days off to kind of get my Christmas decorations set up. I got to run some errands. I'm gonna make it my mission to go work out these next 2 days, y'all. I'm working on it. So I'm gonna take the next 2 days off. I will be back on Wednesday with pre-recorded content, and I will try to set up a live for Wednesday. And Angela said I eat soup even in the summer. Soup is a great way to utilize your leftovers. It really is, and it's so simple. And, one of the things that you can do is you can make soup in the crock pot. That's one of the things that I really enjoy, too, is making soup in the crock pot. It's super easy. You just put it all in there, leave it alone, come back, and it is ready to eat. But, Angela, how has your day been? Kelly, how has your day been? Foodie Gang, how has y'all day been? Yeah, can y'all believe it's already December? And then after this, we're going to be looking at a new year. So I'm going to give my roux a chance to kind of thicken up. And then I'm going to most likely add some more broth to this. And look at that. We got our Mirepoix. We got our celery, carrots, and onion, and mushrooms. And you know what? The thing about soup that I love, it's just like you're really just building those flavors. And that is the important part, is building the flavors. And so now we're going to add in our garlic. So we got fresh garlic here. And I did all my night skills with you guys. And we're going to start putting in our seasonings as well. And we have, hold on, let me get this cleaned up. We have our turkey that was from Thanksgiving that we have cut up. This is the garlic herb roasted turkey and the Cajun butter turkey. I had a little bit of both of them left. And we are also using tortellinis. And like Angela said, you can use rice or any type of noodle that you want to use. All of them are perfectly fine. Um, and Angela said, "Great day. I sometimes I have French bread or baguette with my soups." Ooh, you know what? At my favorite restaurant that I go to a lot, and you know what I realized? I go to like the same places. At my favorite restaurant, you can order the seafood clam chowder, and it doesn't just. It's not like your typical clam chowder. It has like I think they put some type of like tomato product in there. I'm sorry, y'all, for the flashing lights. I gotta grab the seasonings. But the clam chowder is really good, and they serve it with slices of bread, and it is super, super delicious. So what I think we're gonna do, because I was just reading the package, I think I'm gonna cook my tortellinis in another pot, drain them off, and then add them to the soup. I was gonna add this in raw, but I kind of don't want to do that because I want to make sure that it cooks properly. So we're gonna get another pot on with some water, and we're gonna get our soup on. I mean our pasta on. We got our soup right here, and you guys can see it's already starting to get thick from that roux. And when you're making pasta on the stove, you always want to add a little bit of salt to your water. Ooh, it smells delicious, and we haven't even put our seasonings in there yet. We're gonna add some Italian seasoning, Mrs. Dash. We got salt and pepper. Let's see if this lid fits. Yep, that fits. We're gonna get that water on in the back, boiling. And then I also kind of want to try this. It's a roasted garlic and herb seasoning, so I think we'll give this a try too. And Angela, yes, you are absolutely correct. And I don't know why I didn't think of it until just now. Angela said it. Yes, it's best to cook the noodles or rice separately. The reason why you want to do that is because you want to make sure they get cooked all the way. And I'm just putting some Italian seasoning in there now. So I put some Italian seasoning in there. And then I'm going to add some Mrs. Dash to it as well. I'm gonna put some salt in there as well. And I can already see my soup starting to get thick from the roux. And I have another carton of broth over here that I'm gonna add to the soup. I just want to let that roux, cook a little bit and really have the opportunity to get thick. A little bit of that. And I want to try this roasted garlic and herb seasoning just because I have been trying new seasonings and I've been kind of adding to my collection. You can never have enough seasoning. And I think it's a good idea to smell your seasoning before you use it. Some people even taste their own seasonings. So I'm gonna give that a stir. Doesn't that just look so delicious, so hearty, so filling? And we're not even done, foodie gang. So I have a second carton of chicken broth that I'm gonna add to this. Just because you don't want your soup to be too thick and don't want it to be too thin. It's like the perfect balance. Rest of that broth in there. Okay, I'm gonna turn the fan off. I'll turn it on because it was starting to smoke food again. I said, oh no. One thing I would say that I pride myself on is that the smoke alarm has never once gone off while I've been live streaming. So I am happy about that. Because you know what? You can literally spill something in the burner and the smoke alarm will go off. If you start smoking loud, if you start smoking a lot. But I would say the smoke alarm never has gone off while I've been live streaming. And I feel like I need to knock on wood just because. So we got our soup here. It smells wonderful. It smells so good. And we haven't even added in our turkey at this point in time. Now I'm going to let this soup kind of cook for like a little bit longer. And then we're going to add in our turkey pretty soon. It's almost time to put our tortellinis on the pot. And I do have a little pot back here. Kind of turn y'all so y'all can see it. But I have a little pot back here that I'm going to put the tortellinis in. So, tortellini, 3 cheese, specialty Italian egg pasta, delicately filled with Parmesan, grand, and ricotta cheese. So, if you guys have not tried tortellini, give it a try. It is really, really good. Really, really yummy. So, I have my scissors here. We're going to just cut open this bag. And when you, this is how it looks dry. I don't think I'm gonna make all this pasta though, because I'm not gonna I don't need to eat it all. I only need a little bit for my soup too. That's another thing. You want to make sure that you don't add too much of one ingredient to your soup, because you know you don't want a whole bunch of pasta in here. Just enough. And Angela said yes, tortellini are also good in the salad. I will admit I have never thought to try tortellini in a salad, and I've never had it. I will have to give that a try. I went to the store today and got the ingredients to make smoothies, and I got a big container of spinach so I can make salads. So I have to give that a try. Yes, and you want your pasta to be at a rumbling boil when you add your noodles in there. You also want to salt your water. Yes, y'all. This is Sunday dinner, and we are making turkey soup using leftover turkey. Ooh. And Angela said with olive oil, and I think she meant to say and pesto. I have not had pesto in a long time. That's another thing that we gotta have on this channel is we gotta have pesto. A lot of people probably haven't tried pesto, but it's really good. Have you guys ever had pesto on your sandwich? Have you ever had pesto on your sandwich, Foodie Gang? It's so good. Yeah, we definitely gotta have pesto on here. See, Angela, you be giving me such great ideas. Angela provided me with the recipe from Martha Stewart, and that acorn squash was delicious. So I'm gonna turn this soup up so we can really start doing this thing. And I don't have any more chicken broth. If I need to, I'll add water to my soup, just because I have that mirepoix, I have the mushrooms in there, I have the garlic in there, and all that is adding it a ton of flavor. So if I do have to add a little bit of water, it will be okay. My soup will still be flavorful. You know what? One thing I don't like about December is it's just a month that I feel will take all your money. And every year you be like, well, I ain't gonna buy a whole bunch of gifts, and then you end up buying a whole bunch of gifts. Okay, my water is boiling. Let me move you guys over. You guys can't really see inside because these pots are so tall. But you see my water is boiling, got the bubbles at the bottom. You want your pasta to be boiling. Your water to be boiling when you add in your pasta. I'm just gonna make all this. And if I have any leftover pasta, we will just make something else with it. Because I love making stuff out of leftovers. So we got 14 minutes. It said that those take. We're going to do a timer. And then I'm going to give those a stir. I'm going to bring y'all back over here to the soup. When you put your pasta in the water, you do not need to put the lid back on the pot. If you do, it will probably boil over because it'll be too hot. So, let me actually put this lid over here. And I turned my soup up, so I want it to boil really good. And like, if it's gonna thicken up, I want it to get thick. And Freezy done snuck up in here. Freezy, how are you doing? Okay, if you guys are on YouTube, y'all gotta subscribe to No Captivity with Freezy. He be having me rolling. Great content creator. Great subjects that really make you think. Angela said, soup makes me feel good and I feel that I am eating something healthy. I totally agree with you. You know when you eat something and you just don't have that guilty feeling versus when you eat something that you know you shouldn't be eating and you feel guilty? You don't get that when you eat a soup or a salad. You don't feel guilty. So, Foodie Gang and Freezy, I interviewed Chef Shirley today, and I think that you guys would really enjoy that interview. Go ahead and check it out. Watch it on the replay. She's had an amazing story to tell, and she considers herself to be a motivational chef just because she's been through so much in her life. She's been to prison. She's been homeless before, and she kind of had a rough beginning. But to see how she has really turned everything around and doesn't use any of her past experiences as to why she can't be a great person now. And she also wants to feed the homeless. She just had a really amazing story. So y'all check out Chef Shirley. She also has a YouTube channel. And Chef Shirley is social media famous. I'm gonna take some of this water out. Chef Shirley is social media famous with 18,000 followers on Facebook, 10,000 followers on TikTok, and she's also on Instagram. So she got Chef Shirley got it going on, y'all. Check out the interview. I got some really good feedback on it, and we're gonna do a part two. We're gonna have Chef Shirley come back to the platform just because we had so much to talk about with her. And El Cheapo snuck up in here, girl. What's going on? It's Sunday dinner, and I'm making turkey soup, utilizing my leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. And this is also a budget-friendly meal. Also a budget-friendly meal. And I'm gonna let y'all know, if you in the chat, be respectful, be on your best behavior, stick to the topics. And let me scroll back up and let me see what everybody's saying. And if you're on YouTube, check out El Cheapo's channel as well. And Angela said, she sounds awesome. I will catch the replay. She was, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. After I left that interview, I was happy. Cause I'm like, if she could do it, I could do it. And Freaky said, El Cheapo, where you been at? Girl, where you been at? And El Cheapo was always going live. She's making these Christmas ornaments completely from scratch. They are amazing. I was like, dang, I gotta step up my arts and craft game. I don't know what I got going on. But shout out to all the foodie gang in the building. Go ahead and hit the like button. Put some money on the table. Keep the stove on so that we can continue to cook. But yes, it was a great interview. And after the interview, I was talking to one of my old customers that I used to feed. Like, we met probably like 10 years ago. And so I know him from Oregon. And we were just catching up. We were just talking. He's helping me with some sound and some tech stuff. But he he was in the interview with Chef Shirley and he loved it. He was saying that it just felt like two girls talking and it didn't feel like an interview. So he really enjoyed it and he's excited for part two. And y'all, we had so many questions for Chef Shirley. I mean, it was crazy. We was up here for 2 hours on an interview. I never have my interviews be that long. So we got our soup here. We have onions, celery, carrots, mushrooms in here. Also, we have garlic, chicken broth, and then we have black pepper, sea salt, Italian seasoning, Mrs. Dash. I'm also trying this seasoning out. Have you guys ever seen this? It is Grill Mates roasted garlic and herb. And my glare is kind of messing with it a little bit. But we're going to try that out. I'm going to turn down my soup. And I'm going to get ready to add my leftover turkey. And Elshiba said, your interview was great. I was in there for a bit. Well, thank you so much for sliding on by. You know, as content creators, I know, and, you know, normal people too, we are very busy and we have a lot going on. So I appreciate when other content creators come in my live and drop by and say hello. And I try to do the same thing as well. Okay, so I just put my turkey into the soup. Oh my goodness, y'all. This soup smells amazing. And we're going to just let this cook. We have some tortellinis on the stove in the back. And we have 7 minutes left on those. But look at that. Are you eating this soup? This is like perfect for like a cold day. And this is also a budget-friendly meal. The tortellinis, I believe it was $4 for a whole package. I have carrots, celery, onions, and mushrooms, which is all really inexpensive. If you have any vegetables in the freezer, you can use those as well. So we got our tortellinis on back here. Have you guys ever had tortellinis before? They are delicious. They have tricolor ones, but I just wanted to get like the regular color ones. No, that is not tofu. That is leftover turkey from Thanksgiving, El Chipo, that I have cut up. But if you are vegetarian, you could use tofu. That's perfectly fine. And Freezy always helping everybody out. Always showing people the lights. And then Elshiba said, oh yeah, you knew about that. I thought I seen some tofu. I have made tofu on this channel. But if, like I said, if you're a vegetarian, using tofu in your soups is a good way to get around the meat aspect of things. But y'all, it's soup season and we ain't made, I think we made probably like two soups during season 3 and we're at 72 episodes. Crazy, right? We're gonna get on our soup making and we're gonna get to it, y'all. How is everybody's day been? What do you guys have planned for the week? What are you planning? Y'all got any lives planned? Are you gonna do some Christmas shopping? And as she would say, it looked well seasoned. I'm sure it smells amazing. It really does smell amazing because a mirepoix is onions, carrots, and celery. If you are making a soup, you definitely want to add your mirepoix. You want to add the carrot, celery, and onion for the aromatics, and it just the flavor from a mirepoix is just so good. And y'all know how I am on 907 Goodies. We gotta season our food. We gotta season our food. And Free said, "Yeah, that looks good." Yes, and you know what? We all have leftovers after Thanksgiving. But I don't know about you guys, but I get tired of eating turkey in that same way. Oh, you know, in my Facebook group today, I saw someone that I don't know how they did this and what they put on there, but they made a pizza out of their Thanksgiving leftovers. I was like, that is so smart. And as people say, Freezy always hungry. Get this man a bowl. Yes, Freezy. But wouldn't it be fun for all of us to meet and us to like just enjoy food, you know, and just have a good dinner and all sit at the table like a family? Cause y'all know we co-workers. So, you know, we wouldn't that be fun for us to have like a co-worker lunch and we all just sit down, chop it up, eat some good food. Everybody could bring their favorite dish, kind of like a potluck style. And we would even invite a couple of our favorites, um, a part of our, you know, a couple of our favorite watchers. Well, how do I say it? People that watch us. We would invite Angela. Angela's coming to the potluck, the coworker potluck. We got to invite Angela, of course. But wouldn't that be fun for us to all just meet up and we just eat good food and just talk? You know, I feel like at every function there has to be good food. There has to be there has to be good food, or I'm leaving. And El Chico said that would be dope. Yes, wouldn't that be fun? We have like a coworker dinner, and everybody just pull up, but only the people that got some sense. The people that be fighting and arguing, y'all can't come to our dinner. And El Chico said I'd meet a few of y'all. Um, Free said 907 Goodies. Did you buy anything for Black Friday? You know what? Let me tell y'all a story about Black Friday. I don't participate in Black Friday, but I will do Cyber Mondays. So you guys know I live in Alaska. It's 907 Good Eats. Um, one year for Black Friday, we were going, okay, so like on the highway, it's very slick, and it was snowing. We almost got ran off the road. Like years ago. After we almost got ran off the road on Black Friday, I stopped going to Black Friday because I was like, you know what? It really isn't that serious and it's very dangerous. And that's why I was telling you guys, if you guys are going to Black Friday, be careful, be safe. But yeah, y'all, they almost ran us off the road for a deal, for some sales. And Angela said, Chef, have you ever heard of hot dog soup and hamburger soup? I have heard of hamburger soup, and somebody in my Facebook group actually shared a picture of it, and I was like, we have got to do that. And my ex sister in law would make it for her kids, but all the adults loved it too. I have not heard of hot dog soup, but I've heard of hamburger soup. And as people said, Freezy set up a meetup. Yeah, I feel like Freezy ought to be responsible for it. And no, Freezy, we're not. I'm very scared of heights. Freezy said we gonna go skydiving. You know what? Remember I said there's a couple of our like our biggest watchers, our biggest supporters that would come to the coworker brunch, dinner, lunch, whatever y'all want to call it. We gotta invite Blaze. Blaze gotta come. Blaze, Trucker Yell gotta come. And as people said, what the heck is hot hamburger and hot dog soup? I seen someone make hot dog hamburger soup and it looked delicious. LT, but I had never heard of it either until then. But it sounds good. And as people said, that would be fun. Yes, I think that that would be great. And like I said, at any function that you go to, there has to be good food. So my tortellinis, I think that they are done. I'm gonna test one out. And if you don't like tortellinis, you can use rice in here, or you can just use noodles, any type of pasta that you want. So that's how the tortellinis look. And there's a cheese filling in the inside of these. So I'm gonna drain these off. We run some cold water. Ooh. And normally I would tell you guys to toss your pasta in oil. But the pasta that I'm going to add to this soup, I am not going to toss in oil because it's going directly into my soup. But y'all, we have turkey soup here with carrots, celery, onion, mushrooms. And I have my leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. We're going to add some tortellini pasta to it, and this is gonna be really really good. And what I like to do is I'll test the softness of my carrots, so I just put one on the side of the pot, and then I'll see if I can break it in half, just because I want to test out my carrots and see if they're soft. And Angela said a meetup would be fire. Yes, y'all. And me and Chef Shirley, we can cater the whole event. And I feel like this. No matter what event you go to, if there is good food there, you're going to have a good event. When you have nasty food, it's going to be a bad event and everybody's going to be mad, in my opinion. So we're going to add a little bit of our pasta and give this a stir, because I want to make sure I don't add too much pasta. Oh my goodness, y'all. Just like that. We got turkey soup. And this is a great way to utilize your leftovers. And let me see if we're going to add some more pasta. I think I might add a little bit more. I'm actually going to save a little bit of this pasta because Angela gave me a great idea. She said try your tortellini in your salad, and I kind of want to try that. So I'm just going to run this pasta in some cold water. And just like that, y'all, we have our turkey soup. Let me get a bowl out. I'm actually going to rinse one of these bowls out. rinsing a bowl off really quick, and then we're gonna set up our soup, and we're gonna be done, y'all. Let me see if I can push y'all back a little bit, foodie gang. And we finna plate this up. Okay, can y'all see me? And Free said that soup looks so good right now, but it will be better tomorrow. And Freezy, I completely agree with you. And when I make my spaghetti, I feel like it's always better the next day because those flavors really get to sit in there and they really get to marinate. And so this soup will be better the next day. And this is just a great way to utilize your leftovers. So, here we go, y'all. Yes, this soup will be even better the next day when all these flavors just sit over and all that stuff. Can y'all see me, y'all? My phone acting up. It said, girl, we got to get up out of here. So this is our Sunday dinner. We are having turkey soup using leftover turkey. And I'm going to turn this pan off. And I'm going to put the lid on it and let it just do its thing. And like Freezy said, it's going to be even better the next day. And Freezy said, you got some saltine crackers. And you know what? That's a good idea. I don't know. Do I have crackers? I don't think so. I have these really big crackers that I don't like. I do not have saltine crackers. You know what, foodie gang? Y'all be thinking ahead because I never even thought to get saltine crackers. But that's a good point. And so here we go. The soup. And the stove is still hot, so I'm going to be careful. Don't want to burn myself. But look at that. You get to see the seasoning, the flavor in there. Oh my goodness. This is honestly better than what I thought it was going to be. Man, you can just taste the seasoning from the turkey. But no, I do not have saltine crackers, Freezy. And next time, because we're finna get into our soup making process, and we're going to be making more soups, I'm going to get the right type of crackers. Budget-friendly meal. Really delicious soup. That is really, really good. That is really, really good, foodie gang. Y'all don't know what y'all missing. Yum, yum, yum. I'm going to move y'all back over to this side of the counter. We're going to close out the show. I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. I just wanted to show you guys how to make soup for Sunday dinner utilizing your turkey leftovers. And let me just move you out to the other side of the counter so that I'm not over this burner. I know y'all don't want me to get hurt. So, here we go. Bear with me, foodie gang. I moved you guys over on that counter so that you guys can see the pot and everything that was being cooked. Okay, here we go. Let me move this light over here. All right, foodie gang. Another, great meal. It's 9:07. Good eats. Thank you to everyone that stopped by. Oh my God. And Freezy pulling up with the support, sending $10, keeping that stove on so that we can continue to cook. I will be updating this recipe in here soon. And so y'all check it out. Pass this recipe along to somebody who's tired of eating leftovers. Freezy said, Freezy said, I'm so hungry. But one day, foodie gang, we're gonna have a meetup, and I'm gonna make a dinner for us, lunch, brunch, whatever y'all want, and then we all gonna eat. Cause that's the best part about life is eating food. But thank you so much, Freezy, for supporting the show. And like I said, you guys, go and support Freezy, join his Discord, subscribe to his YouTube channel. And that is going to make Freezy the sponsor of this show. And the thing I love about Freezy is he doesn't have to come over here and watch me cook because he already got his own motion going on. But he supports other content creators and join his Discord on Saturday. We have Bible study. And I will tell you, I'll be tuning in and I'll be listening. But this Saturday, we was in there for what? About 2 hours, it felt like. But join his Discord, support Freezy. And it is nice to meet good people in today's time. And Kelly said, it looks good. And Angela said, thanks for your generous donation to support the channel. Yes, you guys, I really appreciate it. And we just wrapped up our Thanksgiving marathon. I want to do another one for Christmas. So all the support is greatly appreciated so that we can make sure that we have that Thanksgiving or Christmas marathon and we do back-to-back live streams like we did for Thanksgiving. And Freedy said, yes, it was lit. It really was. Like I said, y'all, join the Discord, subscribe to No Captivity with Freezy. One of the things I like to do is I like to go a little bit everywhere and meet amazing people because you just never know who you're going to meet and what their story is going to be. And Angela just dropped the link for Freezy's YouTube channel. So y'all make sure y'all tap that link. Whether you're watching this live or on the replay, we've been up here for almost an hour and 45 minutes. I just wanted to show you guys another way to utilize your Thanksgiving leftovers. I also made a turkey melt last year, and I will attach that recipe or that video in this video description. But everybody put freezing in the chat, put thank you, or put a cap for No Captivity with Freezy. But I will see you guys here back on Wednesday. Like I said, if you guys have not watched it, in the video section of my page, check out the video about Keith Lee and the Wormgate story. It was absolutely insane. And TikTok is undefeated, and so was the internet. But it's a really great story. Check it out. This Wednesday, I'm going to be dropping a story talking about the recall on hamburger beef ground beef that occurred over the Thanksgiving break. So I'll see you guys back here on Wednesday. I'm gonna take 2 days off. You know, we had a busy week, foodie gang. And Angela said, thanks for watching this live today. And shout out to Freezy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Follow me on my social media platforms. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button and cook some of my recipes. Join my food group on Facebook, Chefbigbank Foodie Gang fan page. I will see you guys in the next one. I am your host, and this is Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank. back with another delicious recipe. And before we get out of here, foodie gang, gang, gang. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one.